All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, SwimCall has started a campaign for quite some time now, and it continues. So let's take a look at this video, and then we'll be back with the conversation. So you've seen it there, and that just gives you a little taster, a little teaser rather, of what we're going to be talking about. And the topic this morning is what can be recycled. I am joined again by a representative from SwimCall, and that's the Corporate Communications Specialist, Selma Ellie. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having us again.
Thanks for being with us. Am I pronouncing your last name properly?
Eli. Just
Eli.
like Cliff.
Eli, okay. I stand corrected. Thank you very much for that.
No problem at all.
Now, the topic is what can be recycled, and what immediately comes to mind is things like glass and cans, and all. I know SwimCall is very instrumental as pertains to recycling in this country. But tell us, is it just that, or is there more that we can actually have recycled here in Trinidad and Tobago currently?
There's so much more that can be recycled. Oftentimes, when we talk about recycling, people think that it's a foreign concept when it's not. So let me ask you this question. Could you think of anything that Trinidad and Tobago is known for that has been recycled?
I'd immediately say glass bottles.
All right, but let me ask Mr. Budu Singh, because he's into culture. Now, Trinidad and Tobago is known for this thing that we made. As a matter of fact, it was the only one like itself made in the 21st century.
Ah, okay.
And it was made here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Steel pan.
Yes, sir. The steel pan is a recycled instrument. That's not for at all. And if you really consider recycling is the process of taking something old, you do something as in you process it, you melt it, you shape it, you shred it, and you make something new.
Right.
So if I asked you about things in your home that could be recycled, what would you tell me? You tell me glass, right?
Right.
My car.
But what would you put in a glass jar like this?
So let's see. So if I had like a jam jar, for instance, I may put green seasoning in it after and keep it in the fridge. You know, I may put what do you call this? I may take one of those Danish cookie tins and put sewing stuff.
Everybody must have a daily lesson with pins and needles and
right.
And God bless her heart.
And I would be disappointed every time because I'm expecting Danish cookies and I open it and see thread and needle.
But here's the thing: that's not recycling, though. That's another R. That's reusing. But that's something that we always do.
Right.
But once we're talking about recycling and we're talking about reusing, we're also talking about reducing the amount of waste that we generate. And that's the entire concept. Everyone knows about the 3 R's, but what if I told you that you can rethink how we see waste?
Right.
For example, this is a plastic water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
This is relatively new because when I was going to school, you rinse out the bottle, you fill back, you put it in the fridge. Water or juice or punch or whatever we need. And that's reusing. This concept isn't new. Recycling simply takes it a step further. And what it means is, when you're finished with this water bottle, after you've reused it, and you can't reuse it anymore, or you choose not to reuse it, you simply cover it back, you put it in a bag, and you take it to a recycling depot. What happens there is the actual start of recycling. So what SwimCall does through our material recovery facility is collect beverage containers like our bottles here, or a Tetra Pak. A Tetra Pak is a milk carton. This is morning, everybody now make tea, right? This is recyclable. This is actually paper because it's cardboard.
Right.
Aluminum, because inside there's a silver lining to hold the contents and to keep it fresh. And then a plastic coating. All of that material is recyclable. But what if you don't want to recycle? What if you are into plants? Any of you are into planting?
I'm not very good at it. I tried, but I'm not very good at it, if I'm being honest.
That's okay, that's okay. Some things don't like me either. I can't plant a tomato to save my life.
You and me both.
But trees, I'm amazing with trees. But we can talk about that another time.
Right.
But if you cut off the top of this cotton
Mm-hmm.
and you put some soil in it, you can grow a plant in it. This is also reusing. But if you don't want to do something like that and you want to recycle it, rinse it out and put it in the bag.
Right.
And it can be any color bag except black, because when the persons come to pick it up or we start recycling, we won't be able to see into the bag to see if there's food or anything inside of it, and you don't want to contaminate it.
Well, I wanna hone in on that a little more, Selma. Now, you know, we're speaking about putting the stuff to be recycled, but we don't have very many widespread options when it comes to recycling unless we contact SwimCall directly and set up something. You know, when I used to live in Canada, there were recycling bins all over the city when I was in Toronto. And, you know, so it was just common practice for everyone in the population to, you know, when you see one of the bins that's on the roadside or whatever the case may be, there's one for organic garbage, there's one for glass, and there's one for other recyclable material and all. So how do we get to the point of having more access to places ready to be to sort your garbage into what can recycle and what can't?
Could you hold that picture for me, please? No, go back. That picture of the bin, it's an iCare bin. It's very important that you understand that waste management is everyone's business. So while SwimCall may be the face and the voice you hear, we partner with several organizations to get this done. At the end of the day, waste management matters to each and every one of us, because if we do not do it, then we experience some of the flooding that we have experienced over the last couple of days. I'm sure when you look at that footage, you see a lot of garbage, a lot of recyclables.
That's right.
So one way that you could get involved is by placing your beverage containers like these in a bag and placing it in an iCare bin. There are over 200 locations. You can visit iCare's Facebook page to find a location near you. You simply place the items, like I said, cover it back if there's a cork on it, rinse it out if you don't have a cork, put it in a plastic bag, and take it to the bin.
Now, one challenge.
Partner for this project takes up that recyclable material and brings it to us.
Now, Selma,
starts the process of recycling.
There's a challenge within that process, in that being that we have such a large population and so many people, who are aware of it, they do their part and they go to put recyclable material in those iCare bins. But one of the challenges is that many people find that the bins are full almost all the time.
And that's interesting, because I don't see that as a challenge. I see that as an opportunity, because what that says to me is that persons want to recycle.
Good.
It says that persons are interested in taking care of their environment, and they are exercising an action that should be met with more enthusiasm in terms of getting the items removed.
Selma.
And so,
Hi, Selma.
might
Good
I
morning.
suggest that private persons assist us in doing it? Waste management is
You're not
all of
hearing me?
us.
So should those bins be cleared more frequently then, so that more people have the opportunity to, put their recyclables in those iCare bins?
Definitely. But again, waste management is everyone's business. Even though the responsibility may fall on an organization, improper waste management affects all of us. And therefore, if you see an iCare bin that's full, please contact iCare, please contact SwimCall. We will try and get that done. if you can speak to your regional corporation to introduce something called the Curbside Municipal Recycling Program. What
Salma,
that
good
does
morning.
is allow you to recycle within your community.
Hi, Salma, good
So the same way
morning.
that you put out your garbage on a special day, you can put out your recyclables on a special day once that program is offered by your regional corporation in
Salma,
partnership with SumCall.
good morning.
Good morning.
We do have to go, but right before we go, Salma, I just wanted to know, is there anything that Swim Call is looking at doing so that we can have access to more bins? Because I think that's what it comes down to. Obviously, people are interested in recycling, but I think the access to bins is what we really need.
I will tell you where you can find a bin. You can find a bin by the iCare program. You can find a bin via PSRP, which is the Public Sector Recycling Program that allows you to recycle in your office. If you are not a government organization, then the program for you is a wrap. You can do that by simply separating your waste from your recyclables from your waste, and SumCall can offer that service of collecting that for you at a fee. Of course, if you would like to have this in your community, please reach out to your regional corporation. We can partner with you and have these systems available to you. If you are interested, but your regional corporation might be taking a little bit longer, reach out to us because we have a program coming. It's called Establishing Sustainable Communities. We'll teach you how to recycle, we'll teach you how to incorporate it into your life, and you'll learn a whole lot more as well.
All right,
Wonderful.
Salma, I want to thank you so much for speaking with us
You're
this
most
morning.
welcome.
Salma, Eli
Eli,
here speaking
Salma
to
Eli.
us from Swim Call
Yes.
about recycling. So
All right.
reuse, recycle, repurpose.
And rethink.
And rethink and
Well, it's
reduce
40.
and refuse and
Yeah.
so many other R's.
Well, let me take a quick break and come back with more insight in our morning show now, as we're going to continue to recycle, do all your part. Right? Make it make sense. We're coming back.
Let me tell you something. Every time you look at me, it's